Hello and welcome. You're watching News9. I'm Shweta Kothari. We're bringing you stories from the world of business, policy and economy. Let's first begin with markets. To my left is Krishnakumar for a change this morning. Glad to have you, Krishna.
Good morning, Shweta. I'm wishing you a very happy birthday at the beginning of the show before we move forward with all the news we're going to bring.
Thank you so much. Let's take a quick look at the markets. Markets opening flattish green this morning.
Right. Markets, both Sensex and the Nifty, not much to write home about in, say, the first half an hour, 45 minutes of trade. They're opening flat at this point in time. In fact, all the individual indices as well, if you see, not too much movement. All movement of less than 0.5%.
Right.
Maximum which you're witnessing is a 0.35%. 0.035% uptick in Sensex, in fact 0.34% uptick in the small cap index, so to speak, Shweta. So flattish in the green is the way I can describe the markets for this morning. So both Nifty, Sensex are waiting for more cues from the markets, from the investors to get a definitive direction, because 0.029% ain't saying much. I know it's in the green, but that doesn't really say much, Shweta. So there you go. Nifty, Sensex, Midcap, small cap, all opening in the green, flattish. And sectors to watch before we go to all the stocks in action this morning. We're talking about these sectors to watch, Shweta, based on the way these sectors closed so well in yesterday's trade. As far as Tuesday end of trade is concerned, all these sectors were the top performing sectors. Nifty Bank, Pharma, IT stocks, metal stocks, all of them are gaining quite a bit in Tuesday's session of trade and closing up. We know that. But look at what's happening on Wednesday morning in opening trades. Nifty Bank down 0.041%, not saying much. Nifty Pharma down 0.5% first thing in the morning. IT stocks, Nifty IT, there's been a rebound in IT stocks. IT stocks are doing well, up 0.085% in the morning. And Nifty Metal down close to 1%, this morning. So this is the opening trades as far as sectors are concerned, Shweta. Quickly, if we can bring in all the stocks in action. We've been discussing it since morning. We're talking about Nifty Bank, SBI stock down 0.13%. So much news about SBI. They are going for a whole new bunch of recruitment. They're going to be hiring tons of people. In fact, up to 60 lakh rupees per annum salary is what we understand. But apart from the fact that SBI also introduced the QR code interoperability for the e-rupee yesterday, SBI stock down 0.13%. More triggers awaited on the SBI stock. Gail is the stock we need to talk about because of all the big news coming in on Gail. The executive director of Gail and 4 of the senior executives from Gail arrested by the CBI on graft charges. Raids being conducted in Delhi, Noida, Visakhapatnam, everywhere. 50 lakh rupee bribe being taken by a particular individual. That's what we understand. So that news, which we thought could rock the Gail stock, has not happened. Gail stock is up 1.5%. Voltas up close to 2%. And Shweta, we've been talking about why is Voltas, on a spree this morning. So many news triggers, some you told me, and then some that I read about as well. Of course, the management, is giving positive commentary on the long-term growth prospects for Voltas. And we both know we are at the threshold of the festive season. So many people going to buy refrigerators and all these white goods in the festive season. So Voltas is looking at a good time ahead for the next month or two. And more importantly, Motilal Oswal has given a buy rating for the Volta stock with a target price of 1,000 rupees per share. And all of that auguring well for the Volta stock, up nearly 2%. Jio Financial Services, again, the volatility in Jio Financial Services continuing. Trading opens, it's down close to 3%, Geofin, and Reliance up 0.43%. At this stage, it looks like the Reliance stock is trying to sort of wash away all the volatility that is coming its way because of Geofin, which was hived off from the Reliance stock. But as always, Shweta, these are opening trades. These are as of 9:45 a.m. in the morning. We'll wait and watch how these stocks perform through the rest of the day.
Thank you so much for that lowdown, Krishna. Let's quickly get in Ashish Maheshwari, Director, Arihant Capital, joining us on the show to perhaps weigh in on what's moving markets this morning. Ashish, good morning. Thanks very much for taking time out. Let's begin with markets. Markets opening flattish green this morning. What are the big cues you're tracking?
As such, if you see domestic side, there are not too many cues which are driving the market. Only some profit taking is happening. I think market is taking more cues from Dow Zone as such. And another thing is rise in crude oil prices to $90. Psychological knee-jerk reaction what we are witnessing in equities, not only in India but globally also. Markets are slightly subdued. But I think this is a slightly overdone. I'm not expecting the crude will be $100 in Jiffy, and the ideal range of crude will be same way, 85 to $95 now, because the way again world is opening up and consumption is going up, such crude prices are bound to be there, and cut from the Saudi and Russia also adding to that. As far as market is concerned, no Indian cues as such, other than the global cues which will drive market in this.
Okay, market looking like it's consolidating a bit this morning. Let's quickly also get in Ashish's reaction on Gail for
Absolutely.
that matter.
Ashish, Gail was rocked by that extreme piece of news. 50 lakh rupee bribery case, 4 officials of, arrested, raids across 3 locations, and yet the stock is up over 1% at least.
If you see the size of bribes, the 50 lakh is just minuscule in today's world. And that to company it be like Gail with somebody who is the helm of the affair, there's such a senior position, 50 lakh is nothing there. So I think this is the reason market has not reacted to it at all. Besides this, as the oil prices are going up, so gas prices are also bound to go up, which will benefit all these gas and oil companies particularly. So this is the reason we are witnessing some reaction on the positive side.
All right. So, perhaps investors are not very jittery about that 50 lakh rupees graph charge as of now, and on the back of the fact that oil prices have been spiked overnight. There's been a production cut. We want to discuss that further, but we'll come to it in just a bit. Let's also quickly get in your views on JioFin.
Yep.
The JioFin stock will be out of Nifty 50 tomorrow. What is the impact likely to be? The stock is down about 2% this morning.
Yes, I think the stock has moved quite a bit in a very short period of time. From the lows of 203, stock again moved to 260 odd levels. So some volatility is bound to be there in this stock per se. But one good thing has happened, like some of the leading mutual funds, etc., they have taken bulk of this selling. They have absorbed this selling, and this is the reason we are witnessing a good consolidation in this stock. And once it comes out of Nifty, then surely this will be again chase the stock, because the kind of plans they are having in the retail financial market, a lot of institutional investors will surely be looking at this particular stock also. So in my view, 240 will be a good level to make an entry in this.
In fact, Reliance stock is also marginally up this morning, 0.5% up this morning, not marginally for that matter. All of that, of course, on the back of the news that there's going to be massive investment in Reliance Retail. Reliance Retail, of course, is the next business that Reliance seems to be focused on, and squarely focused on for that matter. What's moving Reliance stock prices?
And if I may add to Shweta, the point is how much of the volatility in JioFin is sort of being is Reliance being Teflon quoted about?
Ashish?
As far as Reliance is concerned, I think today Jeffrey's report giving a target of 2950 also playing some role in this. And again, retail and all those kind of investment will continue to happen. In my view, if you see the Reliance price performance, it was quite subdued from the time this Jio listing has happened. So some amount of buying is going to happening. And besides this, again, as the crude prices are going up, so their GRMs particularly show good trend. So in my view, this is something like which is playing a role in the price, right? And this price hike will continue. So I'm expecting a price target of 2,500 kind of mark in Reliance maybe in next 3 months' time.
All right, and a stock in focus that we are discussing since morning is Voltas.
Yes.
Voltas, not surprisingly so. There's been management commentary. There's been commentary about how white goods are going to be sold better. There'll be more demand, festive cheers, etc., etc. All of that, of course, weighing in on Voltas stock, Ashish.
Yes. I think Voltas is a stock which has not given any return to the investor for quite some time, if you see. the kind of return by Dixion or PG Electroplast or Amber, these kind of players who make air conditioner for them, and those companies which are really selling them has not rewarded investors at all. Because again, the problem was this time summer was also not that extreme, so there was issues related to a lot of inventory which is piled up with the dealers, etc. But you buy a stock whenever such thing happen, because over a period of time these companies will do well. So air conditioner or refrigerator business, I'm quite optimistic that this will do well, and the valuation also favor Voltas compared to the peer set. So this is the reason we are witnessing a buy report also came recently from Motilal Oswal giving this room air conditioner market, which will drive growth. Because the way purchasing power is going up, almost all room air conditioning companies will do well, and Voltas has a good market share in that. So, in my view, this stock has potential to reach its earlier 52-week high of 990, maybe in next 3 to 4 months.
All right, Ashish, we've been talking about what festive season will mean for India for the month of September. It starts as recent, let me say, put it this way, it starts now.
Yeah.
For some, it starts now in the month of September. By
we
the
have
second
Ganesh Chaturthi,
by
and
the
today there's
second
Krishna
week,
Jayanti, technically speaking. So, even before Ganesh Chaturthi, Janmashtami sort of kicks off the festive season.
Yes, it kicks off the festive season, a prolonged festive season for India, which means a lot of things, which means a lot of white goods will be sold, which also means there's going to be focus on auto sector, vehicles will be sold, maybe houses will be sold, where realty is also preparing to perhaps have better inventory that they can push out for prospective buyers in the coming weeks ahead. All of that means that there's going to be more momentum perhaps in white goods sector. Apart from Voltas, what are the other competitors that you believe are likely to pick up in the next couple of months?
Yes, I agree with you fully on this. As this festival season has started, so surely it will increase the volumes of these companies. Another thing which has happened is this time post summer, there was a monsoon only for 1 month, and again, if you see, a lot of heat is there already pan India basis. So maybe this will be extended summer time for these companies, which will drive growth for these consumer durable companies. So here I'll suggest companies like which are again manufacturing these stock with these products are a better bet still. So companies like Amber Enterprises or Dixion Technologies are in my buying radar. Even PG Electroplast has recently raised 500 crore by QIP and available at 1800 rupees after 200 rupees correction is a good buy. So instead of more branded player, I'll still suggest to buy companies which manufacture these things for them.
Right. One of the stocks in action this morning is SBI. Tons of news coming in on SBI. The fact that they're going to be recruiting. They're on a mass recruitment drive at this stage. They're also one of the key players in pushing e-rupee and e-rupee's interoperability with UPI. But tell us, what exactly is keeping the stock buzzing this morning?
I think after initial buzz in the stock, again the stock is cooling down.
Okay.
If you see even today, and Nifty PSU banking index is down today. So yeah, because again the issue is some profit taking will keep on happening in PSU banking stock, because there's a very big run up we have seen in Midcap PSU banking stock as such. Another problem is with banking stock is that FIs are not in you're buying in quantity these particular stocks. If you see last month also FI is buying for almost at 6 month low, and FIs are the one like who drive these PSU banking stocks, because domestic players are mostly buying mid cap and small cap indices in their fund, and this is the reason those indices are 52-week high, but not the bank Nifty or PSU banking stocks. So my view is, though they may be hiring, etc., but this is a part of long-term plan. But some pressure is going to be there until unless FI buying PSU.
All right, and since we are talking about banking stocks, let's go to sectors specifically. I mean, banking is one of the key sectors that has been an outperformer in the past couple of years, a laggard in the past couple of weeks. What's happening as far as banking sector is concerned, Ashish?
Yeah. the banking sector is always a proxy play to your economy. So if you're bullish on India and you're not bullish on bank, this doesn't go together. So banking stock will certainly move up sooner or later because first of all, the whatever the NPAs were there, they are mostly over from the banking sector books. So we are going to see continuous improvement in performance of banking sector as such. But only thing as I was briefing you that FIs are the one who are driving your HDFC's bank or SBI, etc. Until unless they come back and start buying, again there will be some pressure in these stocks only. So I'll suggest if we have to buy this particular sector, then still it make more sense to buy your Central Bank of India or Bank of Maharashtra or Jammu and Kashmir Bank than your SBIs and Bank of Baroda, etc.
IT sector is surprising. IT sector doing well. I mean, not a whole host of news coming in post results.
Right.
However, continues to do better with each passing day. In fact, every evening, me and Suyash, we sit here, we try and understand and decode perhaps what's happening in the IT space. But what we know for certain, and a news that came out about 2 days ago, was that there is not enough cash to offer hikes in the appraisal cycle just as yet. Those hikes could be deferred. Wipro was up on the back of that news. So IT sector doing well for the past couple of days. Not many triggers. Ashish, what's happening as far as IT sector is concerned? What's moving stocks?
This is again a sector like which is a which moves how the US markets goes up and down. So uh, so one thing is that. Second thing is here I am more bullish as far as mid cap IT stocks are concerned instead of more large cap stocks. And again, the rationale these mid-cap IT companies are working as they are having their own area of expertise. So some companies are strong in fintech, some companies are into VFX, or some companies are into digital transformation, etc. So companies like Persistent or Coforge or KPIT, they will continue to outperform your TCS, Infosys, Wipro. So sector is good. Only thing is you need to be selective about which stock you are investing.
All right, and you know, since you mentioned mid cap, small cap, they've been outperformers, surprising many for that matter. And the sector, of course, both the broader markets outperforming, you know, Nifty, Sensex. I want to understand what's happening as far as, you know, small cap and mid cap companies is concerned. Mid cap companies, in fact, reaching that 40,000 mark, and we talked about that yesterday on our show. What is your outlook on mid cap?
So overall mid cap or mid cap IT?
Overall mid cap.
I think this will be a real outperformer even not only this year, but maybe next 3 years also. So if you ask me where to put money, I'll blindly say you have to put money in mid cap indices or mid cap related mutual fund or selected mid cap stocks. Again, the rationales are see those companies which are having market leadership positions or they are having significant market share, they are being chased. We have seen stories like your Polycab giving good return, your Astral Poly giving good return, etc. So which shows that whenever like companies are having good potential or having certain market share, they will continue to attract investing community. And the valuations are still attractive in mid cap compared to the large cap, where a lot of saturation is there. And another thing is, as I was briefing earlier in the show, FIs are not big buyer now. So whatever the money which used to come through ETF into indices is not coming. And in order to outperform, actually, your domestic mutual funds are more reliant on quality mid cap and small caps. And this trend will continue because the way SIPs are going up, they will continue to put more and more money into mid cap. So I'm quite bullish as far as the mid cap story is concerned.